Fred, Joe Colley, Chicago Sun-Times. Jimmy Butler seemed very confident going into the series. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to do, but what does it say about him and what he continues to do, not only at the end of the season getting you guys here, but tonight, his will and his confidence, and it seems to be spreading throughout the entire locker room?
Yeah, I mean, Joe, Jimmy's doing what he's done all year. He just, continues to go out there and make huge plays for our team, really whatever needs to be done. Jimmy's right there in the middle of it. Whether we need a big basket, whether the double team comes, he's making simple basketball plays, leading to assists or even a hockey assist, where we spray it out for a shot in the corner. Rebounding guards, whoever we need to put him on. He just does everything for this team.
Casey Johnson, Chicago Tribune. Fred, I know you're running out of compliments for Rajon and the way he's resurrected the season, but just can you talk about the way he is, almost injected new life to the team, the way you guys are playing offensively?
Yeah, I thought he was the key early in the game. As far as getting us up the floor, I thought his pace was terrific. We knew they'd come out and play with great energy. Rajon, I thought, did a terrific job once we got the ball off the glass to push the ball down the floor. And again, get our guys some good shots early that led to some confidence. And he's in a battle all game long. He guarded Isaiah for most of the game tonight. Had his hands full, obviously, with that. But he continued to pace on the offensive end. And you're absolutely right, Casey. Again, we've talked a lot about Rajon. When we inserted him back in the starting lineup, how key he has been to our recent success. And again, he's a confident kid, and that rubs off onto all the other guys. And again, he's been in a lot of these big moments, has championship experience, and he's going to continue to lead us. As long as we're playing. And again, you're right. You can't say enough good things about how he's handled every situation for us this year.
Sean Hike in The Athletic. Both of the 2 games so far, the role players have kind of gotten going in the first half, and then you've sort of let Jimmy do his thing in the second half. Is that kind of a formula you've hit on, or is that just kind of how it's worked out? Yeah,
I got to give our role players a lot of credit. Tonight, Paul Zipser, was huge for us. Chris Felicio made some big plays, especially in the defensive end for our team. That Michael went out there and gave us good minutes. For not playing in the series yet. And then Robin continues to go out there and do all the little things, to help us win basketball games. And then, at the end, it was good to see Dwayne get it going a little bit. And obviously, Jimmy's going to have the ball in his hands a lot in the fourth quarter.
Sam Smith with the Bulls.com. Fred, just to follow up on that, X-factor kind of guys are always keys in playoffs. Portis you had in the first game. Mirotic had a good start, and then obviously you mentioned Zipser. About Lopez and Zipser tonight, he seemed to play, but what are those players do to support what Butler and Wade can give you? Yeah,
and again, Niko has really done a good job playing off of Rajon. And, Niko coming out of the gate, hitting a couple shots for us, keeping us in it, was huge. And then, to be able to get a lead after that first quarter, again, a lot of that had to do with Niko's hot start, and Rajon finding him, for easy baskets. But it's so important to have your role players play good basketball. And so far we've had different guys that have stepped up in the different games, and hopefully we'll continue to get contributions.
Mike Petralia, WEEI.com here in Boston. Fred, first, I think, 5 minutes, all 5 of your starters had an offensive rebound, and there was so much talk going into the game about, them trying to control that aspect of your game. What kind of confidence does that give you on the road in Game 2 to have everybody contributing on the offensive glass?
Well, I think anytime you can get extra possessions, that it obviously helps. And I thought Robin especially did a really good job of not forcing up the shot when he got the offensive rebound. He sprayed a couple out where it led to either a drive to the basket or an open 3. So those are big plays. Tonight, I think it was even. I think both teams ended up with 11 offensive rebounds. But early on, again, I thought we did a solid job with that. Again, we talk all along, and we saw some examples on our film. A few times we went a little too aggressively, and it opened up run-out opportunities for Boston. But I thought our transition defense was pretty solid for the most part tonight.
Fred, Nick Friedel, ESPN. This team has had so many ups and downs throughout the season. Why do you think in these first 2 games here, everybody as a group is finally finding their stride?
That's a good question, Nick. I guess you look at we had our backs against the wall, in a couple weeks leading in to the situation that we're in right now, where we had to win, and our guys did a good job of doing what had to be done to get us into the postseason. So we've been playing high pressure basketball for several weeks. And, I think that does help you when you come into playoff time. Boston, although they had the same thing with having to fight all the way down to the last game to get the 1 seed. So, we've both been in these types of situations. Again, you just, you can't be satisfied. You got to go home now and keep playing. This is one of the better road teams in the league. We have to continue to go out and fight, continue to learn, continue to make adjustments, and hopefully play well.
Fred, Vince Goodwill, CSN Chicago. The start to the game was an emotional one for both teams, and especially with some of your young guys out of there. How did you do the job of keeping them engaged and emotional without going over the line? Because there was some things going on the floor that could have went in the other direction.
Well, we talked a lot about that yesterday and today, and not only in the walkthrough, but also in our pregame meeting. We talked a lot about keeping our poise. We knew they'd come out and play, tough physical basketball, and you have to go out there, and withstand runs. That's as important as anything at this time of year, is playing through those tough times and handling adversity well. And we've done a pretty solid job of that. They make a run, one of our guys would step up and make a big play, and that's what it's all about.
Julian Bimbo, Boston Globe. You mentioned Rondo and his experience in big games, and I was curious, even in the first 2 playoff games, have you noticed anything different or about how he goes about things in the playoff atmosphere, being here, or all those different elements factoring in how he plays?
I don't see anything different from Rondo than when he comes in on a day off and plays 3-on-3 and what he's doing. He approaches everything with such competitiveness, and that rubs off on our players. We were scheduled to have a day off, in between 2 of our late season games, and Rondo's in there organizing a 5-on-5, almost like pickup game. And it's just what it's who he is. He loves to play. He loves to be out there. He's the ultimate competitor. Again, we know we're going to continue to get that effort out of him. He's going to go out. He's going to fight every night. He's going to get his teammates involved, and he's been so good for our chemistry of our team.